Hi everybody, it's Steve Olson, WSO. It's Monday, August 22nd, 2016. The first thing I wanted to go through, and I know this is broken by other channels, Freedom Fighter among them, but this letter came to me as well, the one that talks about martial law being in effect, and it is kind of disturbing. And what I wanted to do is kind of check the validity of it by checking a couple of these units, just to see if the size of the unit was in line. So just to do a little bit of background checking. Here's what I found out. So basically, I took the 10th Combat Support Hospital as part of this deployment in response to the bill for the executive order enacting martial law, apparently. And indeed, it does have that staffing level that could field a soldier count of 265 soldiers. Now, the preparation will be done near Fort Carson, Colorado, and it's really under the command of the 4th Infantry Division. Now, that is headquartered here, and this is, I'll show you the Earth map. It's located here near Colorado Springs, Colorado. So these places, these units are bivouacked basically here, and then and then Peterson Air Force Base, of course, is there. Colorado Springs, also the Shriver Air Force Base. A lot of military activity there, but again, it's kind of jives with what we're learning, that Colorado might be one of the safe zones that the United States government is prepared to deploy from. So I just think it's interesting. I've been thinking about it all weekend. I wanted to show it to you, and then it kind of made me look at the Scott Anthony channel to look at these strange executive orders, and just all this stuff starting to come together. You know what I mean? So the next thing I have here is just somebody that was taking some pictures of the sun, and it kind of validates, and he's looking right at the sun with his camera, and he is basically getting to actually see this black dot form in the middle of his camera, or more like a red dot, which kind of indicates or supports the theory that Wayne and I have been working with, which is that there's an artificial light source supporting and helping our sun to create light, or balance of white light on the Earth. And you'll see here as we get to 322 or so, you're going to start to see him zoom in on this thing. And when he zooms in, it's kind of remarkable when you look at it. And here we go. There's the sun, and then all of a sudden that thing starts to come into clear focus. That's kind of neat. Now, given the things that we're learning and so forth, I don't think that's a planet necessarily or anything like that. I think that's more possibly the back of the sun illumination unit, for lack of a better term, I guess. Here I wanted to look at that remarkable Florida footage with the two light sources. Just again, one more time, the rest of the film, and that kind of like in the background an orb shows up if you stop it later. Here is just a remarkable piece of footage that came out of one of the cameras, again up in the Canada zone, with a very strange image. I'll just let you judge that one for yourself. All I can tell you is that lens flares don't move with the object. They move opposite of the object, right? And then we took a look at, Core 2, C2, Soho, a couple other cameras out there, and just looking at things, and here we go again. We're starting to see this strange offset where it looks like, is that what the sun really looks like without the occulter on there? And I just thought that was interesting, and then how I was trying to compare back and forth how that image worked and how it matched up. It's just a weird image, guys, and when it's been happening a couple times lately, and I just think it's worthy of note. I'd like to get some feedback on that one too. I played around with this image a little bit, but just to let you know that when I see something like this, it just reminds me of the saying that things could be hiding right in front of your face. And when I see it like these orb-shaped cloud formations, or what I would say shadows, possibly shadows, it just makes me wonder, is this thing just hiding right in front of our faces? You know what I mean? And then part of this thing is, somebody had sent me this historical piece from cloudofiron.com where in January 29, 2015, there was a double image taken of the moon, and the theory and the hypothesis with that double image was that they're projecting the moon. And it makes me wonder about these orb shots that we see with the moon, like this one here, where I see an orb with the moon shot and the similar kind of effect with halo that we see with our sun. But like when you point a telescope at the sun, or you point a telescope at the moon, what you find is it looks normal, and that's what's confusing to me, because it just seems like there's something going on, but I can't quite pin it down by looking right at what's going on. It's almost like the hologram is either so good or I'm just a crazy nut. You know, either one would be fine with me. Okay, so here are some time-lapse photos from all over the world. This one is Jennecott Airport, and I believe this is in Australia, WeatherCam Network. But watch not so much the top part, but watch the bottom part of this little string here. Oops. I'm gonna go back to the Jennecott film. Here we go. Let's try that again. I love these time lapse. I think this is the best way to capture stuff. And watch right when the sun comes up. See that orb that appears and then kind of takes off to the right in a very fast motion. So if anybody's ever seen this with your eyeballs, here's validation for you again. Kind of neat. Next one I want to show is this one from Eldred Rock Southwest. And let me get this a little bit more visible for everybody. Alright, let's check this one out. This one is cool because you can actually see this orb and you can see this other orb appearing. And is that our light source? You know what I mean? Up in the right hand corner here, or left hand corner rather, you can actually see this, and then you can see the orb. This is just remarkable stuff, guys. Look at this. So I think we're closer than a lot of people want to admit to this thing. Let's take another look at some of Roy's photography. We'll actually go through that at the end. But you can see where you can, he's taken the Gustav deck from Alaska. Again, we've been processing. This stuff's just coming in faster than what we can process half the time. You can see these objects are just illuminating so clearly. And again, and then let me take you to some other remarkable FAA footage here. I got 3 more to go through here. This one's weird because look what happens here. Look at that strange, like, artificial light looking thing up in the right hand corner. And let me reduce the size of this a little bit so you guys can see it better. Sorry, I've got it at the wrong scale here. There, that should do it. Now check this out. Look at that big orb. Just amazing stuff, guys. I don't know what that was supposed to be of, but hey, it's a pretty, like, you know, lake. And oh, look at the tide go out. That's kind of cool. And then we got a couple just random pictures of the red orb, which I think is just remarkable stuff. So again, we're getting all these FAA cam photos everywhere. Unbelievable, remarkable footage. I'm really proud of everybody with the way that they're helping us with this stuff. Now, this first one, this is a chemtrailing started really heavy, and this is just what I consider to be a lucky shot, where he was able to actually capture the orb in this picture. Very interesting photograph. Okay, so we just looked at that picture. Now we're going to go through sub photos, looking at one at a time, and I'm just going to comment on them. This one is interesting, but when you see something in the sky, you want to see it in the water too. This is from an all sky cam showing the blue and the green orb and a second sun apparently. This is a shape that we've seen many times, that like key on the top. Here's a second sun again. Again, all photos from subscribers. An interesting summer game and watching the red moon. This is a BBC report showing something weird in the sky, for sure. More all Skycam action. This is something that somebody noticed in a video that I did on August 20th and shooting it back to me and showing it to me. Here's more ISS orb footage. Some people think this is a UFO, some people think this is an orb. I'm an orb. I'm an orber. Orb guy. This is from Mars. Guys, listen, this stuff is really, this is really happening, you know, and we have to, that's just a cool picture. Doesn't really mean anything, it's just a cool picture. That one really shocked me yesterday from one of the core cameras. Jeez, just weird. Just weird stuff everywhere I look, man. Everywhere I look, there's weirdness. When I look up in my own sky, when I get these pictures from you all the stuff that we're uncovering, just want to let you know, man. First of all, I appreciate everybody's support. This one was ominous, man. You see the black sun, like, oh gosh, that's weird. And this one, so it just makes me think about my faith again, man. And I don't mean to sit there and push it on you. I'm not trying to push it on you. You can turn it off now if you don't want to hear this next message. But hey, man, I serve the Prince of Peace. And if you're feeling fear and anxiety about this stuff, the only way that you're going to find peace and comfort is if you join into and be with your Creator. And I just want to encourage you to do that again. And my approach has been and through Jesus Christ and Yeshua, and it's worked pretty well. Jesus, look at some of these pictures that we're getting from subs lately. So anyway, it's time to prepare spiritually. It's time to prepare physically. If you're getting a kick out, if you're getting a benefit or a kick out of this, or if you're finding it as a reason to prepare, whatever the reason is, if you're getting benefit from this broadcast, please donate. And until next time, it's Steve Olson. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. Thank you.